Alright, hey guys, welcome to the JB's Nature Walk. And today I'm going to show you some images I've got of ospreys and the red-shouldered hawks of Marshy Point Nature Center. So I got these images last week. Nice weather, clear skies, basically the whole weekend. Yeah, so let's get to it, guys. So this is an osprey. This is one of them that I photographed. If you go on the Marshy Point Nature Center website, they actually got like a live cam of the ospreys, so you can see the ospreys in the nest just chilling. But I think this is probably one. Actually, I don't know. This is a male or female. I always be forgetting. This is actually probably a female because the females have the bibs on their breast. The males are mostly white, so this is probably the female. Yeah, this is actually a female. Photograph soaring, circling. There's a lot of ospreys, like osprey pairs at this park, and I had no idea. Like, I think on this specific day, I've seen different osprey pairs. Just kind of like, actually, they kind of like stay to their own boundaries. Like you see them in distance, but they will like not intrude on other ospreys' fishing grounds, if that makes sense. Like they would stick to their own fishing grounds. It's really when the bald eagles interfere. That's when things get interesting. Yeah, so yeah, this eagle's there. Actually got some pictures, but I'm just gonna show you what I got on. I got this on May 13th. Yeah, of last week. One of my favorite images here. This osprey is circling, soaring, gorgeous blue sky. You have to see another image here. The same one, but a different wing position. Yep, gorgeous. I'm still trying to get used to this new lens. Yeah, it's a learning curve for sure. A lot of times I find myself I'm always zooming out I'm always zooming in too much than zooming out. Sometimes the action gets close, and if you're zoomed in too much, you're actually missing it. So I have to learn how to zoom out as well, so I can capture the action and get the whole wings of the bird in the frame, all that good stuff. But hey, I mean, I haven't used this lens that long. It hasn't even been a year yet, so still got a lot to learn. But, the more I do this, the better I get it, and the more practice, the better, basically. Gorgeous female here. I think this is a young one. Yeah, it looks like it's a young one. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, I plan to come here, fly for the whole summer, just to like see how many osprey pictures I can really nail. Especially the ones that are really good, like with the one with the fish in his talons and all that good stuff. If I can get as much as possible, that's the goal. Because I have osprey pictures. I've photographed a few ospreys over the years, and it's been years. But this is the first time where I have been getting consecutive osprey images each week, so these guys are impressive in flight, so I just want to photograph and capture them the best I can and show you guys, through my lens what the osprey looks like. They are superb flyers. They're not like as acrobatic as most hawks are, but they're pretty acrobatic to me. Here is a juvenile red-shouldered hawk that I photographed. Basically, with how I get these pictures, I'm just sitting on this pier where it's facing the osprey nest, like from a nice distance, so the ospreys feel, comfortable and all that. So, yeah, I'm just sitting on this pier and I'm just waiting for birds to come to me. So, yeah, I'll be sitting out here for like 3 or 4 hours at a time. But the park opens at 9 a.m., so the lighting is like on a clear day, the lighting is perfect. I actually want to get there at 8 a.m., but the park doesn't open at 8. Even I've been seeing people that be there a little bit before 9. I'm like, I don't know if certain people can get there earlier than that, but I usually like to get there like any nature park around 8 a.m. And the lighting is nice and crisp. But 9 a.m. that's when it's really looking good, and it's when that 9 o'clock leaves, when it's 10 a.m. the lighting looks different. The photos aren't as crisp, and you start to see like little like streaks on your image because the lighting isn't like crisp. So like you know how it is. It just the park just opens at 9, so I just have to do the best I can. And surprisingly, when I get there at 9, that's when I actually see the action. But usually around like midday, I don't see much. Ospreys are just chilling. I mean, sometimes you will see them flying around, but usually they're just chilling. They're not doing too much. Like around midday, that's when the sun is at its peak and then the heat is kicking up a notch. So you definitely gotta be careful with being in the water, especially by this water. The heat just sits there. Yep, same bird here. I think it would. So I'm gonna tell you what actually really happened. So I was sitting at this pier, right, and I heard a flock of blue jays, and they were in this. So right by the water, there's trees. Um, it's like a little forest there, and I was hearing a lot of blue jays making this call. I'm like, what is this? And wait a few minutes, and before you know it, this guy, this young one, pops out of nowhere, and I just had to like be ready. I mean, I couldn't afford to like. It actually sort of came from behind me, so but this was good because the sun was on my back, so the lighting is better. It's perfect. Um, I wish it was closer, but I had to applaud myself for this photographing it and captioning it while it was coming towards me. I will always say this: if you're doing hawk photography, learn learn this from me. If anything else, hawks come with surprises. So I always say this to myself every time I'm photographing hawks. So what I mean by this is hawks come with surprises. Is hawks urge you to be alert. They urge you to basically not let your guard down. Um, just be ready for anything, any opportunity, and just go for it. Because if you just being nonchalant and you're not really paying attention or being alert for opportunities that is going to come by and they're going to leave, and it's going to be your fault for not being ready and prepared for them. So it's the same thing in these pictures. Like I have to be ready, even if I'm standing in one spot for that long. You have to think about, yes, if you don't see anything at the moment, does not mean you won't see anything later. So just because you don't see anything flying around doesn't mean like something could potentially come towards you and it could be basically giving you an opportunity that you wanted since you went out there. So you gotta think about stuff like that. But that's how I've been thinking all these years. That's how I'm able to get these pictures. It's that kind of thinking. And that can apply to your life too. If maybe you're changing career paths or you want to get a promotion in your job, the same thing. You can't be nonchalant about anything. You gotta be ready and prepared, and you have that positive mindset about you're gonna manifest or you're gonna get what you want. So same thing. So hawks come with surprises, guys. They are very excellent teachers. Um, I learned from them for years. I'm still learning from them to this day. This is one of my favorite images. The same bird circling right over me. I did like that my 600 milliliter was able to get a little closer to this bird. So really, this is probably one of my favorite red-shirt hawk images. Beautiful. I don't have too many young ones of the red shirters. I haven't really photographed red shirters in a long time. Like when I first got into bird photography, that was the one bird that I was photographing consistently because I always had those opportunities. But when you move around a lot, then you just see different birds. Then you don't get those opportunities like you had before. So, but yeah, over the years I've gotten a lot of red shoulder, man. I probably got more images of red shoulders than the bird. It's between that and the turkey vulture. Alright, so here's an osprey. Um, You see, this one's a little different. This one looks more like a male. Yeah, it's an adult male. Not, you can tell this one does have a little bit of a bib, but you can tell from, if you differentiate this one from the last osprey I showed you, you see that the other one had a little more of a bib. The ones with the bibs are the females, but the males they can be completely white at times, and sometimes you don't even see a bib on them. They can be completely white, and that's how you know it's a male. And the eye color too, the eyes. If it's orange, then you know that's a young one. If it's yellow, you know that's an adult. This one's an adult, so it's a good age osprey, good adult male. This might be the one that's nesting at that big nest. I wish my lens was long enough to capture the nest, but it's kind of far. You actually need like a tripod, and I'll say like at least an 800 milliliter lens to capture the nest. And I don't have an 800 milliliter, so I just stick to the in-flight opportunities. That's how I shoot. Like that's how I've always been shooting for years. I haven't really gotten um, too many perching shots of ospreys or any bird of prey because it's just hard to get close to them. And you just have to hope and pray for the best that it doesn't fly away from you. But the moment the hawk is facing away from you, it's going to fly in that direction. It's not going to turn its back and fly towards you. So I just don't bother to prepare for perching pictures because I just don't see the point. I just like the bird and flight opportunities. It's easier for me to get these pictures, but then you would talk to other photographers, maybe asking me, how do you get these in flight images? Well, I just meant to prepare for it because a lot of them they will shoot and get perching pictures. And I found those very challenging. So it's interesting how people maybe from different backgrounds and they just shoot differently. They just have a different perspective on how they shoot the birds. But it is easier for me to shoot them, photograph them in the air. And I love flying pictures, so I just love them. It just reminds me of freedom and ascension and being in control of your reality. So, yeah. This one was actually hovering. I think it was looking for fish, but it didn't. I guess it didn't. I guess the fish left. It didn't even dive. It was just hovering. So we usually see the ospreys hovering. They're just expecting something. Maybe it saw something. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But it saw something. That's why I stopped and hovered like that. But it didn't die for eating fish. I didn't see and catch any fish on this day. And there was the male osprey at the nest. It was perching in the trees, and the females in the nest would be calling it. And I saw this male osprey. It was perching in the trees. It died from its perch, and it just grabbed the fish just like that. And it went to its perch, and it just ate its fish. It didn't even get the female the fish. And it just had it right in front of me, and I wasn't even ready. I wasn't. Unfortunately, I was looking somewhere else, and the moment you look somewhere else, that's when something will happen. It was for like a split second. My head was turning. That's what it takes. It takes a split second for an osprey to dive and grab a fish. So I'm always by myself, so I don't have a spotter with me. So I'm my spotter, and I'm my own photographer. So I do what I can. But I think I did a pretty good job of capturing the ospreys in the area. This one looks like another male. His bib isn't. It barely looks like a bib. But like I said, males can have a slight bib, but not really apparent like in the female. Yep. So we're just circling, looking for fish. Another close-up shot. As you can probably tell from the lighting, if you compare this one from the one that I showed you earlier in the video, you see that the sky is a lot more bluer in the other one than this one. And that's because I shot this probably like around 11 a.m., maybe even 12 noon, and it was flying close to the sun. So at that time the sun is like already overhead. It's not at an angle. but it's just straight up in the sky. So the whole sky is gonna look like this. It's not gonna be nice on one side, but really bright on the other. It's just bright all the time. So yeah, when it comes to bird photography, you definitely want to shoot like, want to photograph like around 8, 9, or 10 a.m. I say. But in the afternoon, depending on the time of the year, it can be like 4, 5, 6. You know, maybe in summertime, maybe even 8. Well, maybe like 8. Sometimes 8. I'll say like 9. Like 7, like 6 or 7 is a good time for the afternoon to get that nice golden glow effect. Especially like photographing birds, like raptors and stuff. So yeah, and here's my last image. This is another male, I would say. Yep, I love how close it is, and this is what I was talking about earlier about, I'm zooming in too much. I know I cropped the whole, not the whole bird, but part of its wings are cropped. But you can understand why it's cropped, because I was so close. So I like this picture. I think it illustrates how close it is, and like I talked about the lighting situation, the lighting is not the best, but I'm all about getting as whatever I can, because I mean, I just can't be picky. I love the park, but I just wish the park opened at 8 a.m. But I'm gonna show what I can get, and the more I come to the park, even like 9 a.m., I can just rack up all of the in-flight opportunities. Maybe the odds would caught a fish or whatever. Just capture all of that throughout the year before they move south, and just wait for next year, I guess. And just do the same thing. I just want to get better at this. Especially, this is a new lens I'm using, the Sigma 150 600. I'm still trying to get used to it, so that's another thing. I just call this work in progress. I'm a work in progress, and that's all that matters. Yep, I actually took pictures the next day, but we're gonna share those. I'm gonna share those for another week. Also, another thing, I think the week after next week, I'm on vacation, so you probably won't see a video in a couple weeks. Yeah, but I'm posting this now so you guys can see what I got. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode of JB's Nature Walk. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Buy my books, buy my prints. And the links below the description. Also donate, that's also found in the links below the description. I intend to come back, hopefully every week, and just get what I can, I know there's other places I can go, but I love Marshy Point. There's something about the place. I like to call it like my training grounds to get and practice bird and flight photography. And it's always quiet there, so yeah. Yep, so you probably won't see a video next week because of vacation, which is fine. But just keep looking at my Instagram, because I post it regularly, and just see pictures I posted in the past at different parks. So yeah, alright guys, so that's it. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you, and you'll see a video hopefully soon. Alright guys, have a wonderful week.